and I'm feeling good this morning, and round we go. In the end, we're going to get what we deserve.
You,
as fans,
oh boy,
as a team, and as a player. And it's the dog days of summer. It's time to build up the dogs. It's time to get trained, get some good coach. That's right. Time to get some coaching. Time to watch some film. Figure out what these A&M defensive ends are doing. And we got to find a way to stop them. And it's going to be up to Freeman and Denbrock to do that.
I'm going to tell you, man.
Let's go.
You are an enigma. You come and you go, and then you're gone for a while, and then everyone was convinced I banned you. We didn't see you for a few days. Then you show back up, and now you're like on one. What has you so excited on a random Wednesday? Why are you so animated today? I love it, though. I like that energy.
Because I'm thinking ahead to the future. And to be honest with you, I've done some thinking. And, the last time we spoke, there's a couple things there real quick. Last time we spoke, I really didn't want to discuss this, but since you bring it up, we were saying, how are we going to compare Freeman to Kelly now that there's these playoffs and this stuff? And I told you how I was viewing it. But let's not go that far with it yet. And this will tie into your last show where you were saying the quarterback recruiting off the charts, and it's just not even comparable, which I disagree with. But to give Freeman credit, let's compare where him and Kelly was at their first 2 years. Okay? Kelly won 8 games his first 2. Freeman won 9. Right? That's a win for Freeman. He needs to take and build on what he's doing. Now, do I think Freeman's a better coach than Kelly? No, not right now. But that has nothing to do with it. Freeman needs to take the momentum he's got with these 9-win seasons. Pretty good for a starting head coach, for his first year. Also, you can go back in history. A lot of Notre Dame coaches didn't win 9 games their first 2 years, even though Freeman took over a team that had won 10 the last 6 or 7 or something like that. He's got to instill, like I said, dog days of summer, time to build the dogs. That goes for the coaching staff too. I want to see an intense Marcus Freeman in Texas. I don't want to see the nice guy biting his lip. Oh, shucks, fellas, I'm your friend. No, I'm not your friend. He needs to instill in these guys. First off, he needs to do his job and have them prepared. Watch the film. Get some technique. Obviously they're going to work out hard. All the teams work out hard. But watch film on these 2 defensive ends. I don't want to see those defensive ends ruin the season for us. And Freeman needs to tell his guys behind closed doors, listen, I'm going to get you guys, the coaches in here, to get you coached up. We're going to do everything we possibly can. If we lose week 1, it is not going to be my fault. It's going to be all these guys in this room's fault. And do not embarrass yourself. Do not embarrass me. Do not embarrass the fans. And that needs to be the mentality every single day. They need to win practice. They need to win the weight room. Put pictures of those 2 defensive ends up. The one guy is projected to be a top 15 pick. The other guy is projected to be a borderline first round. Okay? Denbrock's going to have multiple backup plans. If these guys start wreaking havoc, you're going to have to figure out what tight end's going to help and what back's going to help so that we don't let these 2 guys beat us. Do I make sense with any of that?
Yeah, it makes.
Do not let those guys beat you.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. I'm with you on this one, man. I'm telling you, when you call sober, you make a lot more sense than your chats do. I'm serious. Like you do. It makes a lot of times you call if you're halfway sober. I don't disagree with your points, man. I actually kind of like when you call in and inject some of this energy. I'm with you, man. How do you get Notre Dame to have this mentality, though? Flip that switch into kill mode, win mode, destroy mode. How do you get them to? How do you do that? Is it leadership from the coach? Do the players have to take ownership to flip that switch and become rabid? Like, how do you get that mentality in the Notre Dame program? How do you do it?
All the above.
Yeah, little bit from everybody.
Take,
like everybody needs to do
everybody.
their part. Is that what you're saying, to build that vibe?
Everybody needs to want to get in on it.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss out on this. You know, you don't want to. They need to build. They need to instill in these guys. You know, you don't want to miss out on what's about to happen here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's man, I'm with you, but you cannot underestimate how big of a moment week 1 is. I really have tried to find reasons to be more measured in my thought about it. There's just no way to avoid what a big flashpoint moment it is for Freeman and where Notre Dame is at. There's just no way. Like, you can't downplay it. It's going to be such a big perceptual and practical moment. You can't underestimate it. It's a huge moment, and Freeman should be expected to win it. Like, Freeman is in year 3. He should be expected to win it. The pressure should be on him to win the game. And I know Elko's good, but he ain't in year 3. Notre Dame should be further down the road. Pressure's on Freeman to get it done, and I agree with you. I'm sure you'll agree with me on that. Pressure's on him.
It's week 1 is for next season is, I believe, going to make or break the season. I believe that it will also could make or break Marcus Freeman's legacy as a Notre Dame coach. You know, because if they go out and screw up and then end up, you know, losing a bunch of games or whatever, because we lost week 1 and now some guys are checked out, you know, people are just going to lose faith. But Marcus Freeman should be scared to death to lose that game. If I were him, I would be scared. You know, all that money he's making, everything else, you know, you better be scared. You better not lose that game, man. You bet, and he better know it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a big.
His ass.
But the really,
and it is.
The part that I find most interesting is everybody's predicting this high level 11-1, 12-0 Notre Dame run, like ESPN had him in the top 5 or whatever. If you lose week 1, all that's in the garbage. Everybody's shredding it all. And suddenly there's 3 or 4 more games on the schedule that look like they could be losses that we checked as wins in the summer. Like, that's how this is going to go. You're in the danger zone then. You need to win week 1. I don't care what it looks like. I don't need pretty points. I just need you to do enough to win that ball game. And then we get through it. And then we develop as a team. You got to get this one.
Absolutely. You know, one thing that I will give this coach, I don't give this coaching staff, I've been, you know, critical of them, obviously. But one thing, though, that I will give this staff for is that I don't know who's responsible for it or if it's multiple guys, but when you look at the defensive backs we got this year coming in for next season, Is this the best? Is this the best defensive back class Notre Dame has ever had? I believe it is.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job.
No, the 25 recruits, the corners and the safety, I believe they're all top 10 at their position.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, I absolutely, they're doing a fantastic job. And the other reason it's so exceptional to me is the secondary has been a weak point for my entire Notre Dame viewing career in my life, just about to turn 40. The secondary has let us down against any good team we played. That used to be the big thing on Notre Dame, that secondary. Now they're turning it from a weakness to a strength. It's a big deal, and they're doing a fantastic job.
In that area, okay, that's basically the only area that I see it's undeniable better than what the last coach is doing. As far as the quarterback, like that video you put out the other day, and you said, "Oh, it's just so clear that the quarterback recruiting's improved. It's Marcus Freeman, this, that, and the other. I disagree. Outside of
you want a bunch of
TJ
you want a bunch of Drew Pines that get off the Wizard of Oz set and come play quarterback for you? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
No, I want players like Brandon Wimbush, Gunnar Keel, Buckner. All these guys were ranked higher than Knight or Grubbs, but for whatever reason, they whiffed on all those guys. Nobody got developed. And
what about Phil? Don't worry, man. Phil Yurkovic's going to be the one.
Phil. There's another one.
Yeah.
Phil. He was another guy ranked. He was in the top 10 easily at his position. He might have been in the top 5. So you've got, like I said, you've had plenty of potential. You just haven't had, for whatever reason.
It hasn't all clicked. It hasn't all clicked.
I thought he was supposed to be the quarterback.
Oh, yeah. He's a guru, all right.
Whatever happened,
quarterback guru.
It never clicked. It never worked. It was just.
Yeah, you're right. It just never worked. Yeah. My point is, you're going to have multiple quarterbacks in a room. A lot of people think has a very high ceiling, and it gives you more than one roll of the dice to have one of those guys emerge head and shoulders above all the rest. The other ones might leave or whatever, but you get the one you need that naturally rises above the others, and then you hitch the wagon to them, and then you go win football at a different clip than we've been doing. That's the plan.
Absolutely, and I think that it's going to be hard. It's going to be more difficult for Notre Dame football program to screw up C.J. Carr because he's got his family, who's obviously highly invested in football, and they're going to help him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting, but hey, I really like your energy today, and it's another good call. Your last couple of calls have been good. Anything on the way out, good call. I like your energy, man. You're worked up, and I dig it.
Other than just kick ass every day, man, and get to Texas.
I like that. Dude, I actually like that. I like that. Just kick ass every day, man. What are you going to do in the summer? Kick ass every day. What a great way to end the call. I actually like that a lot, Commander. Thank you for the call today, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, John, man. Have a good one, man. Peace.
Take care, buddy. Dude, that dude I can't figure him out, man. The chats don't always match the calls. The chats are mean, and John, I'm going to expose you for all that. But then whenever he calls and he's half sober, we have a good conversation.